Hi, I wanted to share something. I was having a kind of a moment this morning. I got a little bit triggered with some thoughts. Um, I wanted to share it because actually talking about it made me put some stuff into perspective. I might have actually mentioned this before. Now, whether I forgot and it got put into a drawer in my mind, it's possible. But I still want to share it because I mostly just don't want to forget it. And I mean, sometimes we write stuff and say stuff, but I really want to make sure this gets put into my brain somehow and that it sticks. Repetition is key, I guess. But I was thinking about how I'll just like do a fast walkthrough of my trigger that I had today. So mostly relating to like being in survival mode and worrying about money and stuff like that. And I had to take some time off because I was feeling overwhelmed, so I couldn't work for a bit. I could have, but I could have just pushed myself and ignored myself as I usually do and end up having a burnout. But I didn't want to do that, you know? I'm trying to learn balance as much as I can. And where everything is tied to like the divine feminine and the divine masculine aspects, I still think this is tied to the lack of divine feminine. I kind of like not sure if I'll be able to explain this in words like I want to, but I'm still gonna do my best to try. So my trigger was led on by the lack of, and feeling insecure and being like, oh my god, I might not have enough to do my payments on time and blah blah blah. And then there's always the conscious part of me that's like, yeah, you're gonna be fine, this always works out, you know that. And then it's like my bad subconscious programming starts to like kick in, of course. So I start like thinking terrible things like, oh, I'm a bad human, I'm not a good adult. I mean, why can't I just, pay my bills, have a clean house, and go to work and have like the basic necessities of life, the basics. I'm not asking for like to be a millionaire, have a yacht, like have a month vacation a year. Like I'm not complaining about those types of things that I don't have. I'm not complaining about, oh, I'm not this super rich and successful person that, like I'm not complaining about my lack of having excess, or like having treats. I was worried and complaining, yes, I'll use the word, I have to, that I didn't have the basics, the necessities. And then it's like, okay, what are the basics and what are the necessities? Because most people on this planet don't have the basics and the necessities, which really sucks because that's like the base of the Maslow pyramid, which I still think we should build a society based on that pyramid. That would just be the most logical way to go. We should build people on that basic Maslow pyramid also. So I'm there freaking out. Then I get my subconscious programming kicking in, telling me all these terrible shit. And then I go off on a tangent and I'm worried. And I was thinking at the same time, like I got to this point of thinking where I was like, why can't I get rid of this subconscious programming? Why do I have to always hear this bullshit on repeat in my mind? You're not good enough. You're not doing good enough. Your house isn't clean enough. Why can't you pay your bills? Why can't you just go to work? Why can't you just suck it up? Why can't you just, why can't you just do what everybody else does? Why can't you just, stop whining, stop complaining? You're bothering people with your problems, with your drama, with your, you're a burden. You're a burden on people. You're a burden on society. On the system. It's actually making me feel a bit emotional. And I kept thinking to myself, like, why is it so hard? I mean, we have all this knowledge in the world, all these amazing support groups, all these amazing people, and all these videos, and all these, like, all these people, these success stories, you know, and all these, and it's like, there's that little part of me that's like, everything's available. Why can't this be easier? Why can't I just do this? Why can't I just fix me? Why can't I just heal this? You know, because that's still, in essence, part of the divine masculine, you know, the structure aspect, the structure. If you really think about it, healing, wanting to heal, the desire to heal and fix, let's put it this way, construction, the desire of that, that's kind of the divine masculine in itself, isn't it? I mean, if divine feminine is really trying to teach me anything right now, and I know this has been looping back, but it still hasn't completely processed and it hasn't solidified in my mind yet. But if divine feminine is really trying to teach me anything right now, is that nothing is broken, nothing needs to be fixed, and nothing needs to be healed in a way. If you can, like, bear with me, because this concept is really hard for me to try and explain with words. But if you really think about it, if you look at, because I'm looking at these two principles, right? The masculine and the feminine. I'm really laying them both out in their polar opposites, if you will. Negative, positive, yin yang, black white, whatever you want to call it. Because essentially they are a cohesive whole, and they should be seen together as one that completes the other. So wanting to fix and to build, in a way, I gotta keep it simple. Wanting to fix something that's broken is one aspect that I can tie to the divine masculine, because it's about structure, stability, foundation, and all that, right? The divine feminine that would counter that, in my thought process that I'm having now, would be, nothing needs to be fixed, nothing's broken. You know what I mean? This is a hard concept to explain, but maybe I'm gonna try and just jump to what I'm thinking, and maybe some of you will get this or be able to add to it. Maybe I can't get rid of my subconscious programming, you know? Maybe I can't, because maybe that's not what I'm supposed to do. Maybe I'm not supposed to, like, I mean, there's negative aspects that are there, yes. There's lots of terrible things that go loop in my head sometimes. The foundation of what is looping in my head, though, the foundation of it is still good in a way. I mean, wanting to build something and refine something, and like the structure aspect, there's nothing wrong with that. And even if I look at the negative aspect, in theory, it still kind of has to be there in a way, right? So, like, I'm here trying to do this, like, healing and helping myself and knowing the self and all that, but it's like I just kind of, like, thought of something, like, what if my subconscious programming, what if it's not bad per se? What if it's incomplete? What if I just need to add to it somehow? Like, not seek to remove what's already there, because I honestly, I don't think I can. I've been really struggling with this. Like, it keeps on coming back, and it keeps trying to snuff out what I keep trying to put in there that's, like, positive to counter it, right? And it's like it's like it's at war. I have this huge war going on between, you know, my subconscious programming trying to take over all the time, and it gets to a point where it almost yells at me, and I get very overwhelmed, and I'm like, no, you're not allowed to be there anymore, blah blah blah, and I keep trying to, like, push it back, you know. So it's like I'm trying to, again, take Advil for my headaches, instead of just going and looking at my headache and just feeling it. So my idea is that maybe I need to just add to my subconscious programming, add more to it to balance it out and like soften the edges somehow. Like maybe my subconscious programming is extremely divine, like masculine in essence, right? Because it has a lot to do with the masculine principle, which I completely would never say anything terrible about that. I would never seek to take away the divine masculine. And then I'm like, well, I want to take away the negative. But it's like, in theory, I shouldn't seek to take away the negative either, because I'm still seeking to take something away, you know? And I mean, I think the point of what I'm trying to learn and do and go towards is that I'm seeking to complete and to know the self more, not take aspects of myself out of me. Maybe, like, this is really hard for me to explain, because I believed on this planet, after the work I've been doing, that it's perfectly balanced. Where I used to think at one point, oh, this planet is fucked, it's like, there's more negative, no hope, blah, blah, blah. And that was just the reflection of my own self, and I get that now, because I can definitely see in the world that every principle is there to be had, seen, experienced, appreciated. And I mean, with my knowledge, or at least studies on the law of one, which, you know, eventually at sixth density, positive and negative, you know, they're together. They're together and they're one, because the creation is one. There's positive and negative, there's male, there's female, whatever. Everything is literally everything combined. So we're like in this world, and like so much of us are like going down this path of like wanting to heal and generational trauma and all that jazz. And it's like, do we really need to heal, or do we just need to like know the self and accept the self? Like, it really kind of makes you wonder. There's a lot of food for thought. There's in no way is there any conclusions to what I'm saying. It is literally just, I'm in this situation, I'm in this moment. I had some triggers this morning. I kind of worked through them and tried to like go look at everything. And I just kind of, I feel like I've touched this before like I feel like I've touched this subject before, where everything is okay. Nothing is broken, nothing needs to be fixed. Yeah, I have actually. I've touched this before. This does ring a bell. But when it comes to healing the self, like we're in a path and a movement of earth where there's an enormous quantity of people seeking healing and all that, because they're just in so much pain and they don't know where to go with it. And like, okay, but we can't get rid of it. It's not going anywhere. The pain isn't going anywhere. And that's okay. It's fine, you know, because it's okay. So like, here I am, crazy ass person trying to like heal my subconscious programming, you know, to be a better human, to succeed in life, to have the life that I want to have, truly. Because, you know, I don't like, I don't have these crazy lofty goals or anything. I have simple goals, at least what I think they are. And I keep thinking that I need to like heal myself and fix myself and get rid of this subconscious programming that's stopping me from realizing my goals and succeeding and being that good human that I want to be. When in reality, I'm still kind of beside the track. Like, I'm still kind of beside it. Like, I get that. I'm seeing it makes more sense now that there's nothing to get rid of. There's nothing to eliminate. just like my headaches and my migraines and what they were trying to teach me, it's kind of the same thing, you know? There's nothing to heal and there's nothing to fix. But like I had to like just look at my divine feminine. It was already in me. I didn't need to act to like attain a divine feminine. I had to just go and look for it and let it outside of the box, you know, and get to know it. Just like getting to know the divine masculine. For some people, they're at that stage, you know. And I think that the idea of wanting to eliminate negativity, it's making more sense now to why you can't eliminate negativity. Like, there's no point to it. It's so, yeah, I got caught up into it, the whirlwind of the world and the spiritual, I'm gonna call it toxic spirituality in a way, only because it's misleading, and it's I feel from the standpoint I have now that it is what's the word I'm looking for? It's distorted. It's very distorted. Distortion is definitely a very good word to use for a lot of what's going on right now, where we're following people and guides and gurus and movements, and we're trying to follow all this with the best of intentions. We literally just want to feel good and heal, and don't want to be in a constant state of pain, fear, panic, anxiety, and fight or flight. So I think that acceptance and knowing the self is the simplest common denominator here. And I do think that I need to take a step back from searching outside of myself and watching all these inspirational videos, and they all have really good points. They really do. But it's not serving me any purpose. In many ways, it's just not serving me. It's kind of adding confusion and contradiction, and it's kind of leading me to just feel like I'm not adequate, like I'm doing something wrong again, like there's something wrong with me again. Maybe there's nothing wrong with me. Maybe I just need to like just live my own life, you know? Focus on the good things that I do have in a way. I do understand, don't get me wrong. Everything always does work out. Even if you're in a pinch or in a pickle for some time, everything really does always work out. And life has overproven that fact to me, and I know that's a fact. But this is just my observation that I'm making today because I got caught up in a trigger, and I really need to rethink what I'm doing in terms of what I think I'm trying to heal and what I think I'm trying to fix. Because I think once again I got sucked into a pendulum and might not have noticed. And I'm really gonna spend a little bit of time paying attention to some things in that regard, and acceptance, and fucking chillax, take a chill pill. Relax, and try and complete and know the self instead of trying to fix and heal. Because I have enough knowledge and information. I might not have enough wisdom, but I have enough knowledge that I should know better, in a sense. I should know. I should be putting more of these, I'm being negative with myself, but not in the goals of being negative. I'm connecting some dots in my head as I'm actually speaking to you guys. I should know that there's no healing necessary, and that we don't need to heal, that we're all just complete. We don't need to be fixed. We're all complete. This world is perfect. The mechanisms and the patterns can be just really big, and we might not be able to decipher them, but that doesn't mean they're not there, and that doesn't mean there's no divine order. The divine order could just be a really big pattern that, from the standpoint we sometimes don't see it from the higher up perspective. So, on that note, I hit 20 minutes. There's no way in hell anyone is gonna sit through this video. There's no way. No way! But, yeah, I'll follow up when I feel a point that I've reached of understanding anything of what this could possibly serve. But, I'm thankful for the confusion and triggers I had today that helped me look at this on a different angle and remind me of stuff that I knew, and remind me that I need to take a tiny step back, tiny step back, and just remind myself, not to say I need to do better, not to say why am I a shitty human and can't pay my bills properly. Everyone is in the same boat, literally. I know that. Some people far worse. And to just remind myself, remember there's a bigger pattern to this. Remember there's a much bigger pattern. Even if I can't perceive it right away, there's a bigger pattern. Nothing needs to be fixed. Nothing's broken. You just gotta know yourself as much as you can. All the aspects. All of them. All of them, all of them, all of them. All of them. The good and the bad. Because they're both there. And that they're necessary. Whatever bad subconscious programming that I think I have, that's been causing a nuisance in my life, and that's not been that I feel I have not been moving forward because of it, I really feel like I need to take a different look at this and understand that I'm not getting rid of the subconscious programming. Not any more than I could get rid of my headaches or my anxiety or my depression, because they serve a perfect purpose in helping me know myself. If that makes sense. And experiencing myself. Anywho, I don't know if anyone's gonna find any of that made sense, but it did to me. Like, there's some stuff that made sense today. I hope I can remember it and remind myself of this when I get snagged with another whirlwind of me getting caught up in that bullshit, because it's when I only look at that it becomes hard to deal with, and it doesn't serve me any good purpose. So no more trying to remove negative programming, no more trying to fix myself, no more trying to heal. I really need to put that in somewhere else right now, because I think all I need to know is to know the self and to add to knowing myself. So whatever crap that plays on repeat that's really shitty, I need to add to that. I need to go get those things within myself that are there, that they're somewhere in a box. I just gotta unpack, That's what shadow work is. Just gotta go unpack and find it. But I need to, add to it, Whenever I think, Anyway, I'm gonna do a follow-up on this, because I need to figure out how to explain what I'm gonna explain. But I think there's more unpacking to do before I get to that. So, yeah, thanks for being patient. Holy shit, 23 minutes, 24, yeah. Good luck, folks.